The Animatronics project started out as an engineering senior design capstone class, and the Arboretum first approached Chaz Llewelyn, who's our design specialist and an alum of our new media department, because Chaz has this wonderful portfolio of sort of these puppets that he makes, and they're approached him about making this animatronics project, and we decided that it would be a great opportunity for our engineering students to get engaged.
The Animatronics project is a display that we're making for the North Carolina Arboretum, and it's a display of 6 different animals right now, and it's for their Christmas display primarily. So it's going to be a display of a bunch of animals which we'll check out, and they're all going to sing and dance to Christmas music.
The Arboretum decided which animals to make. They had an existing show and exhibition that had some animals, and so they had an idea for sort of an expanded show, an expanded dialogue between some of these animals. And so they gave us the goose, the raccoon, the bobcat, the bear, the elk, and the squirrel as animals that they wanted to give life to in this performance. The way that we approached this problem was where we had our engineering students do research. Like, how do these animals move? What are some of the key movements that bring them to life? You know, like, we all have movements, every animal moves in very complex ways, but what are the ones that make them distinguished? What makes a bobcat a bobcat? What makes an elk an elk? And so it was looking at that, watching videos of how these animals behave, how they move, and distilling it down to a reasonable level of complexity. So you'll notice with the elk, it stomps its hoof, and that felt really important because it's supposed to be this majestic elk that's making a statement, that's communicating with the other animals, and you know, having this sort of assertion of elk foot stomp, which was something that they do. So that felt important. So identifying those motions that were going to be represented in the animals was the first step. Then thinking about, how do those things actually work? Like, how does it work in the animal? How do the muscles and the bone work together to make that movement? And how can we translate that to a mechanical system using you know, motors and actuators and all that sort of stuff? And then pulling it all together, what's going to hold all that sort of stuff together? What's going to be the frame? What do those motors and those components mount to? And then how does that get controlled? What kind of computer is going to be controlling it? What kind of, or microprocessor? What are the electrical elements that need to be included? And then synthesizing all of that into what you see.